the third year in a row, Edelman Financial Engines has explored the crossroads of life and money in its Everyday Wealth in America study. Here to discuss the most compelling findings this year are financial experts Chatzky and Isabel Barrow. Thank you to both of you for joining us. So Jean, what was one of the most surprising findings?
So, as you said, we've been doing this study for 3 years, and the number of people in this country who feel wealthy is stuck at about 12%, which is surprising because this has been a good year. Wages are up, inflation is down, the market has chugged along nicely. And when you look at the amount of money that people need, they say they need to live comfortably, it's a lot. 6 in 10 say over $100,000, 25% say over $200,000.
Wow, that is surprising. And Isabel, one of the challenges to building wealth is debt. Did you learn anything new this year about the impact of credit card debt?
We did, and it's probably not a surprise that credit card debt remains the biggest threat to Americans building wealth. And more than 40% of those that we surveyed said it was their biggest obstacle. And nearly half of us are carrying a balance every month. And what's especially troubling about that is that of those who are carrying that debt, more than 40% owe $10,000 or more, and more than 20% owe $20,000 or more. And also be aware of phantom debt, which is the buy now, pay later options that you see when you're checking out that seem really convenient at the time, but are ultimately just adding to your debt problem. And all of that paying down on debt ultimately takes away from the other important places that you need to be focused on with your money, like saving and investing in an emergency fund or for your retirement account.
Yeah, it's a big problem for a lot of people.
It's-
Is there any group in particular feeling the financial squeeze the most?
Gen X is feeling it more than most. This is the generation that is really sandwiched. They're taking care of their kids, but at the same time, many of them have assumed caregiving roles for older parents. They're also the first generation that really had no access to a traditional pension. It's not surprising that more than half of them reported that they were going to need help from a financial professional in order to achieve their goals.
Politics are top of mind for many right now. How does this impact people's feelings of financial security?
Well, they're making, in many cases, emotional decisions because of their political leanings. So we found that 1/4 of people have actually made financial decisions as a reaction to an election or the anticipation of an election. And that includes things like moving money in and out of investments based on how they are thinking about the outcome of that election. And so we want to remind our clients that money is not red or blue, it's green. And we found that money invested in the market in a well diversified portfolio, stocks, bonds, et cetera, trends upwards over time, no matter who's in office, no matter what party is in control. So make sure you're not jumping in and out of investments or the market because of your political leanings and stick with your plan.
Great information. Thank you again to both of you.
Thanks for having us.